Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mr. J's Geek Corner Extra. Place we get a little bit extra of everything that is geek, whether it be TV, comics, movies, or video games. And today I'm bringing a subject that I just happened to think up a couple of weeks ago. I've been wanting to make a video about it, and just haven't got around to it yet. Now I finally forgot. I've just been so busy lately. But a few weeks ago, I was just taking a shower, and I had to come up with having to think of a very interesting question that I don't think very many people have really took the time to ask or even figure out, and that is, how old is Superman's true age? What is his true age? And what I mean by that is, think back to I think back to 1938, June. Action Comics #1 being his very first appearance ever. When you first see him, he's an adult, and you first see him, he's an adult in 1938. Well, you think, and then you fly like when he first appears as an adult, he's got to be like what, about 29, 30 years old. And you flash forward to like 2006, and he's almost 70. And you almost think he's 70 years old. But think about this: when did he first? If he first appeared in 1938 as Superman, when would he have first showed up on Earth? And it got me to thinking. When he first appeared in 1938, he was 30 years old. He was already Superman, but it doesn't explain. They never tell what year he really appeared, and it got me to thinking. And I started figuring backwards to when from 1938, he had to have arrived on Earth in 1908. It got me thinking he had to have arrived on Earth in like 1908, which means. And that would have put him being 30 in 1938, of course. But if you flash forward, he would not be. If you flash forward from 38, he wouldn't be. He would probably be. He probably would have been 70 in like. Let me think here. He would have been 70 in like. 40 years, let's see. 38, let's see. 48, 58. Give me a second. I gotta make sure I get accurate on this here. Let's see. The advantage of having a calculator handy. By 1978, he would have been, when I say the time of the first Superman movie coming out, he will have been, Superman's true age would have been 70 years old. He would have been 70 by that time. And got me thinking, well, in Infinite Crisis, he looks like he's about 68 or 70 years old. And if you go, but the thing about that is, if my theory is true, if that theory is true that he arrived in 1908, first appeared as Superman in 1938, then he would have been in the year 2006, which is when that was happening. Let's see, that would have been, let me see, 30 years. That'd been just about 30 years. So really, that would have been about 28 if you add it up right. So you add 28 to that, all the way to Infinite Crisis, 2006. Let me figure that again. If you subtract 1908, he'd been 98 years old. He would have been 98 years old. Now, I'm not going by like the John Byrne post-Crisis on Infinite Earth revamp or anything. I'm talking about the original pre-Crisis Earth. I must say either Earth 2, the Earth 2 original Earth 2 Golden Age Superman as he first appeared in 1938. He would have been 98. He would not have been 70. He would have been 90. He would have been 68 years old now. He'd been 98 years old in Infinite Crisis, and yet he didn't look a day. He wouldn't look a day over 70. Think about that. He wouldn't look a day over 70 years old and still have the powers of his 30-year-old self. Well, not about the powers of the 30-year-old self. He would have had all his powers from when he was in the Golden Age or the Silver Age. He would have had all his powers from the time of the Silver Age of comics. He would still have all his powers from when he was young at this old of an age. And if had he not been killed, if you do the math there, and had he not been killed, he would have been, let's see, as of today, he would have been 107. Wait, let me do that. Let me try that again here. I'm mixing things up here. He would be 107 as of this year. 107 years old would be Superman's true age. And yet he would still look like he would probably be about 90. He probably look like he probably about 70 years old. Or maybe even in his 50s. He still would not look like he would be a 100-year-old. Because if you think about this, here's another validation of that theory. If y'all out there, anybody out there has read the Justice Society, the JSA story, Thy Kingdom Come, in which the Earth 22 Kingdom Come Superman comes from his Earth to New Earth. At the end of the story, they show him 1,000 years in the future. I mean, they show him maybe probably like 30 years in the future, and his hair's only gotten white. Is the only thing that's changed about him. And if you look way into the future, 1,000 years in the future, when his ancestors are part of the Legion of Superheroes, and he's standing in the crowd basically going like that, like I'm still here. In that one, he's got to be well over 1,000 years old. And he only looks like he's got a cane. He's had to use a walking stick. He's gotten on up in age so much, but he still looks like he's probably maybe about 100 years old, and he's only like 1,000 and a few, and he's like maybe 1,000, a little over 1,000 years old, and looks like he's over 100. Think about that. So that definitely validates the theory that Superman, as he appeared in the comics in 1938, is well over 100 years, is 107, possibly is about 107 years old this year. His true age. I mean, he's been around almost 80 years now. He's been around almost 80 years, and this is his set. He celebrated 75 years a couple of years ago. This year would be 70. It'd be the 77th anniversary. But really, if you add up to when he first came to Earth, he's over 107 years old. Now I know I sound like I think too much into this, but it's very interesting if you think about it, that he's that in the pre-crisis continuity, the Earth 2 pre-crisis Earth 2 continuity, he is that old. He is older than what his initial appearance has him being. He is 107 years old, and yet he don't look a day over 70. He don't look a day over 67 years old. It's very interesting to think about. I mean, it's just, I mean, I want to ask out there, has anybody else thought of this theory? Because I would love to hear. If y'all have a little bit different theory on this, I would love to hear this too. And if there's anybody out there that has even thought of this, drop me a comment in the comment box. I want to hear from you. I want to hear if anybody else has thought of this. I really do. But what do y'all think? Do y'all agree with this theory? Do y'all think he's maybe even older than that? Let me know. Let me know. This is a very interesting topic. As always, drop your comments in the comment box. As I said, if anybody else has thought of this theory or anybody else has another theory, drop it in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what y'all have to say on this subject. And if y'all agree with me on this, y'all disagree, again, drop your comments in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. I would love to discuss this with a lot of y'all. I really would. But I guess that's all for this week's edition of Miss J's Geek Corner Extra. As always, y'all have any comments about the show or this show or regular Geek Corner Minute whatsoever, drop me a comment box. I would love to hear what y'all have to say. Like, subscribe, share with all your friends, tell all your friends. Y'all know about I'll be posting in the link to this video too, my petition to DC Comics to bring back the classic continuity and to fire Dan Didio and Bob Harris from publisher and editor-in-chief. So definitely, if you haven't yet, go sign it and click on the link in the description below, and please sign this petition. It would very much appreciate it, and it definitely would let your voice be heard. Your voice will be heard, definitely. And if y'all have any topics like this or any other topics and subjects you'd like to hear me talk about and discuss on this show, drop me a comment in the comment box. I'm always looking for fresh new subjects and topics to discuss and analyze on this show. So definitely drop your ideas in the comment box, and you never know when they may be made into an episode of Mr. J's Geek Corner or Geek Corner Extra. So definitely drop your ideas in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your ideas. And I'll see y'all next time.